Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everybody. Thanks a lot for joining us. We're here, we're live, hopefully loud enough. We are getting set for Sorare Gameweek 4, 5, 7. And we are here for the Sorare Deadline Show, looking at predicted 11s, what could be the best strategy, what's the best way to zig and zag across the game week, as well as any of the breaking news we're getting out of press conferences about team availability and selection right before the deadline. I am Quinny, your host, and I am joined as ever by my co-pilot, Harry Trades. Harry, my man, good to see you.
Good to see you, mate. Yeah, buzzing for it. Big week. Big news obviously dropped yesterday, and yeah, I don't know. It's just a waiting game now, isn't it? Until that was it game week 463, I think it is. So still got a little while until things kick in a way. But in football, things move quick, don't it, Quinny? And yeah, massive weekend ahead.
Things move really quick in football, but how quick do things move in Sorare terms? Because time is a weird element in the Sorare world, isn't it?
It is, hasn't it? I mean, like, no one would have guessed that the 7th of March would have been mid-March, would have we? But then, it's better than them doing it a week later. I guess it doesn't make a difference if they said mid-March, but after initially telling us, early, well, not early, but end of Feb. Yeah, it was good to get. It was better that it came on the 7th than like any later, right? We prefer it now than then. So, yeah, we'll take that as a little win.
Yeah, sooner's always better, and it's Mr. Mid-March himself, Andy Laird in the house. Good to see you. Fist bumps on arrival for all the Sorare scouts and managers that are tuning in to catches. And me and you, Harry, we were live last night with McBride, did a bit of a late shift, just kind of unboxing and cracking open all the finer details of the announcement. So if you're looking for a wee bit of that action, it's kind of on the channel already. Harry did a big live reaction to it on his channel as well, which is linked in the description of this, or Harry Trades on YouTube. And so hopefully you've all got your heads around that. If not, feel free to throw some stuff in the chat today. We're happy to bat some subjects and topics around as we go through the main matchups and the key predictions and all the rest of it. Sadly, Harry, we don't have any Mr. Midweek, do we? Neither me nor you were able to scoop anything, sadly. How did it shake out for you? But because you did pick up cards for it, didn't you?
Yeah, I picked up a little under 23 piece for it. If you want to have a look on screen, I had the weirdest get. Not this was the team that I was hoping had a bit of legs in it. I brought in the Roman Sosa, captained him, got a nice little goal, as did Vinny. Zaire Emery didn't do much, but that was going to be Rodrigo. So I made the right call in a way, even though it didn't matter, in that sense. I played it safe, quote unquote, with the Zaire Emery. Yeah, Van Heck obviously got murdered yesterday against Roma. And then, the Bazunu, the Southampton Fires. But I've got like this randomly good score from a Conor Roberts who's like L15 of 30, which just pains me. Diaz got himself a goal. Obviously, this was the 240 that would have been. Most thought Bart was going to play, and he went Steele again. So it's just mental. You just cannot predict what's going on there. I had Nick Lima score 100 in training.
Wow.
Which was nuts. I bought him for like £8. Big Dario got himself an assist. Like all the cards that I didn't actually play. And then like Ramos Mingo got himself a goal last night as my captain in 240. Just like random things. Florentino Luis. Just weird things. Magnus Madsen with a BCM, of course, and against City, off the bench. I don't know. I didn't expect much from the midweek, but those were my rare under 23 rare and 240 rare was what I was hoping would hit. But obviously, the cards and the Sorare gods had other ideas, mate.
For sure. So they're dropping in the Spanish banter again. Love to see it. And yeah, it was, Bar Verbruggen and Steele, it's worse than a hole in the head, that situation at the moment, isn't it? Mental. I had a bit of a goalkeeper one as well, where I played what I thought was going to be a DNP keeper because I won him as a DNP goalkeeper reward, but DNP no more. Daniel Bachmann got a start. And I thought this team might have done something, but it wasn't to be. But big man's in, he's penciled in for the weekend, so the DNP keeper quickly turning into a keeper is a bit of fun. But sadly, no rewards for me or Harry, sadly, in the midweek. If any of you guys were kicking ass and taking names in the midweek, be sure to let us know in the live chat, of course, as we get stuck into it all. Harry, I think we've got enough people here. We've got the Sorare Scouts and Managers tuning in everywhere. The like button, but guys, we need to get it a wee bit higher. We're only at 25. I'm sure there's about 70 to 80 of you here that like me and Harry enough. And, as you know, Sorare own and control the internet. So don't let them catch you not liking the stream, or it will be curtains for your Especially now that loot boxes are coming in. You want to stack up that good luck. You want to get as much of it locked in. So even if you're not winning rewards now, when those boxes come out, you want to have lots of that in your karma bank, as it were, or I don't know what the word for it would be, but there you go. But yeah, without any further ado, Harry, I think we'll have a look at what games are going to be, what games are going to be moving and shaking us this weekend. And yeah, they're back at the top. It's all the red and white teams, really, isn't it, until you get to Porto? Oh, fair enough.
Yeah, we got 4 teams above 80 win percentage, and then a couple just under there with Arsenal and Bayern Munich at home. So yeah, it feels like a strong 6 or so there, doesn't it? Feyenoord, Leipzig, Benfica, Fener, and Arsenal. And I guess you could throw Bayern in there as well. Just like we have lots of cards, they're going to be spread across, the usual divisions, and yeah, things could look quite tasty for a couple of those teams. Leipzig played really well. I know we're not going to do them first, but Leipzig had a wicked game against Real Madrid midweek, even though it didn't go their way. He probably does, Agent Cooper. Yeah, I would not put that past him at all.
No, definitely not.
Yeah, it looks like one of those. I mean, there's a few random teams in there that you might not expect, maybe, but yeah, it does feel like one of those weekends that everyone's getting 80 pluses in the lineup builders, right? With their prediction scores, the lineup strength scores. Sorry, things feel like it could be a massive game week as far as scoring goes. But then you got to take into account, some have played midweek, some will play next midweek. As this has been happening for a while now, but you do have to take that into consideration a lot of the times with some of these cards. Like Messi played last night. Quinny, does he play again this weekend? Does he start again? Little worries like that might creep in, and yeah, that's just part of the game we're playing right now. When rolling locks, baby.
Ouch. There's a few shouts in here for close but no cigar weekends as well. Akinfeev, I think here is a wee bit of mutual pain here for that. But yeah, Feyenoord, I think, is probably the top of the order here, Harry, that are going to be shaking up. The midweeks do come into it, like you say, but when you're home at Heracles, mainly what's missing here? 2 guys. Malambo isn't a regular starter, and Beelan is a new name on me, certainly. So
yeah,
at home, pretty full strength, and Heracles, we know they love conceding goals.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think Feyenoord. Feyenoord didn't play this midweek in a cup of any sort, so I think they should be pretty fresh. You got Big Jizz Hornkamp at the top of the team there, on fire. L5 at 59, guys on fire. Not just
some guy, isn't he,
on the field, but yeah, no, it looks like a great matchup for Feyenoord. The main guys are in and around it. I mean, Calvin Stengs has been ruled out for a few weeks, so not that he's been that good anyway. But yeah, Minter on loan from, I think he's on loan from Newcastle, to be fair. Some good players there. Yeah, I mean, yeah, you can expect your Hartmans, Hankos, Gertrudas, Weeford, Timber, the spines there. I don't know whether we'll see. Maybe we see 80 pluses from the forwards. Jimenez is not really that guy as far as massive scores. He might get you 70s and stuff with a couple of decisives, and yeah, Paxiao's been hot and cold, I would say. Yeah, it's a weird one. It feels like one way, you want to be defensively stacking those cards, really, and midfield, I don't know who I'd be, I'd back Jimenez for a goal maybe or so, but I don't know if he's going to get you 100. But I've probably jinxed it now, and he's probably just going to smash 100.
Yeah. Well, there's a lot of stacks like that out there, but it is the strength is clearly in a position or two. And Feyenoord, as much as, getting a decisive can be okay, you really do need a wee bit more than that if you're thinking, I've got the best team this weekend at home at Heracles, and if you've not got a striker that can in theory get you above that 75 mark, then maybe you need to look somewhere else. And maybe if you're still playing cat modes, you're still playing All-Star or whatever, maybe team number 2 on the list, maybe where you find a striker, RB Leipzig at home to Darmstadt, and look at those opposition scores and matchup indicators. They're just forward heavy, goal scoring heavy for attacking midfielders, forwards.
Yeah, Darmstadt like to concede a goal or two, don't they? And Leipzig like to attack. So it's that box 4 there, almost Simons, Sesko and Openda. I'd be very shocked if there's not a decisive between them, at least, one each. And then, you're talking, what AA could Simons get? He could easily hit 100 here. Easily.
Yep.
Openda would need a couple of decisive, I think, to do that. Olmo could do pretty well on AA. And then, yeah, it depends what the defense does, really, doesn't it? Like, if they're in the opposition's half, are they getting the final third passes? Are they cramping Darmstadt into like a really low block? And I don't really think that's really Leipzig's way of playing realistically. But on transitions, Leipzig will be just frightening.
Yeah, big time. I think both the strikers need to think about double decisives, which they're both kind of capable of, whether it be goal and assist or whatever. But I think Olmo and Simons are definitely the 80-plus makers in this one. They've both get 15, 20, 80 in their locker, no problem. And then talk about double decisive again. Both these guys could do anything in a game like this. So Xavi Simons is obviously way more expensive, but almost kind of a wee bit of a B-Tech version. But again, lots of attacking options in this team. The only thing I would say about Leipzig is maybe the 90 minutes that some of these guys get or don't get after elimination from the Champions League midweek. So it's all steam ahead in the league, certainly. But these guys have played a grueling match, against Real Madrid on Wednesday or Tuesday. I forget what day. But
yeah.
So maybe there's a goal concession or two. But yeah, really strong. Second in the list. It's been a while since we've seen Leipzig that high. Not really had that great a season, but could be a great game for them all the same. And then we've got Blummin Benfica. Now, did you watch the Benfica last night, Harry?
I didn't, mate, no.
I wasn't going to, right? I was saying on the Celtic podcast, see, not last year, but the year before, see every time I tuned in to Rangers on the Europa League thinking, oh, great, they're playing Dortmund, they're going to get spanked. Oh, great, they're playing Leipzig, they're going to get spanked. And it never happened. I stopped watching them in Europe because I thought maybe I'm some sort of good luck charm for them or whatever. But I'm sitting here getting ready for like our stream we did last night, and I see that the buggers have taken the lead in Lisbon. Rangers were winning 1-0, and I was like, no way. So I turned it on from that point onwards because I thought, well, it's definitely not me. And Benfica, by the way, did not look Benfica-ish. Like, they made Rangers look the way Celtic make Rangers look. So I don't know what I think about them now. My vision on this team has totally changed. Seeing, like, I thought they would have schooled Rangers, like, really, like, and Rangers, fair play to them with their goals. They were well taken, well created. But yeah, how do you feel about this? I know it's the Europa League and the domestic league's a bit different, but
yeah, I mean, I'll be honest, I haven't watched them for a few weeks, so it's hard for me to really say. But yeah, as far as like the results go, I mean, getting battered by Porto 5-0, they hooked a few players at halftime. That's why I played my flow. Not that it even mattered in my lineup, but I kind of knew, it didn't look good for whoever's, got off, came off at halftime in that Porto game. So I had a funny feeling that there would be a couple of rotations there. But yeah, Tom saying there, Cabral was horrendous, and yeah, Raul saying they don't have a striker. Yeah, that is an issue. Rafa Silva's like 3'5". He's rapid, but he's not number 9. He's an inside forward at best, and wicked player. I think he's class, but he's not a number 9. They're missing the fucking Darwin Núñez type of player. This electric, can run, is big. Cabral can't move. So their whole sort of philosophy, I think, and Roger Smith's probably not. He's probably not his profile, I don't think. That's why he tried that Kasper Tengstad, maybe against Porto, a bit more legs. I don't know. It feels like they just don't have a settled 11 right now. They look better when Leonardo. Yeah, that Leonardo is the one that's been scoring goals, isn't it? The Brazilian lad. So yeah, I don't know. It's a weird one. They feel like the defense, and Morata was at left back for a while. No Otamendi, by the way, Quinny, which is big, like for the next couple of games. So he is the main man at the back. So you take that out, the 1 of 4 out of that, you're weakening them massively. I know they might not be playing against the best of oppositions, but regardless, it doesn't matter. Like his leadership and stuff gets you through games. I'm saying that as if I played with him, but you know what I mean? Like it's just a fact. So it's just like missing that, not having a real 9, Quinny. Like, is that one of them where we look at and go, you know what? Is this an 80+ win percentage game in reality? I don't know. At
home to Sorare, you think
surely,
so, but SO5 wise, but I'm not as worried about Benfica maybe as maybe I would have been for this game. Seeing that performance last night in the chat, or we're all kind of in unison on how abject Benfica actually were last night. Fair play to Rangers getting a draw, and it probably just makes things a wee bit easier for Celtic maybe to actually get an advantage in this league. But Benfica have got it all up to do, uphill climb in the league, like you say, after losing to Porto and then drawing there. So the Sorare game, like, they have to win it. They have to win. But SO5 wise, I'm not worried about coming across Benfica. No Otamendi, like you mentioned, is a huge part of that.
Big time. big time. And then we have Fenner, who played last night. I think helped led get himself a little top 5 in All-Star Rare Plus, thanks to a little Tadic penalty, I think it was.
Right after they were saying his name in vain earlier this week, how much they hate Tadic. But yeah, big man's getting L5 of 60. Take that, Agony Andy.
He's back, baby.
He's back, baby. Undertaker on the other side, Szymanski through the middle. Did you listen to the overlap with Solskjaer this week?
I haven't yet, no.
There's a funny bit in it where he talks about how much he loves Fred.
Is he? Yeah.
Roy Keane checks his drink to see if he's been spiked. So Fred, fuck you drinking.
That's so funny.
Yeah, so Fred's in there. It's a good listen, by the way. It's Man United heavy, but like, you know, if you're of a certain generation, it's a good listen, I would say. But anyway, that's by the by. The Fenerbahce team looks pretty like the L5. Look at GQ, also Ferdy's kicking there, and Oyasi here. Like there's a lot of there's a stack here again, isn't there?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and they play a team in Pendixspor who I know far too well, unfortunately. That going through again, like they went through like a couple of games where there was a bit of light, and you know what, they might climb out of this, but the last couple of games they've been absolutely woeful. This
guy was brilliant a few years ago, by the way. That and Die.
Mamathiam. They got Mamathiam as well on the left wing, who's been good in Turkey before. He was at Konyaspor. Not a bad player, but like he came when he originally came like 6 weeks ago or so, he started scoring goals straight away and it really elevated the team. But yeah, they're really struggling. This could be a cricket score. I'm not even joking. Like
nice.
This is the one you got to be scared for, not the Benfica one, I think.
L1544 still for Oyusi Samuel, if you fancy him to keep up his L5. Mm-hmm. No one else really jumps off the page cap mode-wise, but all of them fantastic options in really any division you can find them. I think, I'd probably go along with there. Fener over Benfica. And maybe even Feyenoord just with that stacking element, you know, like
potentially
Dzeko and Tadic, Szymanski, like that's lots of power, you know, if they do wipe the floor with somebody. Now, we called it last week. I've not... did I see the reward video? I'm pretty sure he won everything going. But last week we had Arsenal and Kyoto both right high, and they both came in by all accounts. You know, Arsenal again up in the top order. What's this, top 5? And Brentford, I said in my predictions, I did some Premier League predictions for the weekend again. But Brentford, like they're just going from bad to worse. I know they got the draw last week against Chelsea, but they have got nothing going for them really now in terms of form or outlook at the moment. And it's the absolute opposite for Arsenal, going strong in the title race, killing teams, like murdering teams on the pitch at the moment. And look at the L5s, man, in that midfield. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's frightening, mate. It is frightening. But no Martinelli would be a big miss if he's not playing.
The defence.
Yeah, it's ridiculous, to be fair. Like, actually, they're just so on fire right now. But Ramsdale in goal instead of Raya. Obviously, because he's on loan from Brentford, and I don't know. It's Arsenal, but there is a few little bits there, you know, that you go, okay, like there might not be a Martinelli playing. Not that he's like the main man, but in real life, you know, he stretches defenses and he's quick and you know whatever. Not that Trossard's not a bad player, but you know what I mean. It is a bit of a different dynamic, and I don't know. It is a weird one where like this team isn't Arsenal's best 11. But that doesn't mean they're not going to go out and steamroller Brentford. But I've got a funny feeling Ivan Toney's going to turn up here because there's always been rumours of him going to like, you know, the Arsenal rumour, and like he'll want to put on a show of some sort, whether that's a goal, whether that's getting sent off, you know, whatever it is. Something's going to happen with Ivan Toney in this game. I still think Arsenal dominate it. I don't know if the clean sheet's in personally. I think Brentford will score one. Think they'll nick one personally, but I still think Arsenal run away with it though. 3-1.
That's exactly what I predicted. I think, or maybe 4, but I think Ivan Toney gets his shop window goal for this game, so everyone thinks, oh yeah, Ivan Toney's still worth 500 million or whatever people were saying. So I think that'll definitely happen as well. Good to see Chris Ayer still not scoring very well, but at least he's playing. But yeah, hey ho. But yeah, no, I make you quite right. Flecken could have a decent game. You know, maybe he keeps the scoring down. He got like some sort of Premier League records for saves against City. So if he can, you know, if he can be mad busy against City, he can be mad busy against Arsenal. No problem for me. L15 of 40. He's not going to get the clean sheet, but you just hope he goes 60 plus on AA, doesn't concede frees the objective, but Havertz is on it. Like, it's just the L5s really just strike me here. Like the form is undeniable on every metric, so rare and non-so rare. So yeah, Arsenal all the way for this weekend, I think, especially in the Premier League. And then when it comes to those domestic heavyweights, they've not really been that this year, granted, but at home to Mainz, it's got to be a big weekend for Bayern, hasn't it?
Feels like it, doesn't it? After that, big win midweek, confidence will be high. They'll all be Tuchel in. And
no, they won't. No one's going to be Tuchel in.
I looked at this last night, Quinny, and I was thinking, like, when was the last time we've seen like normally Bayern's like 90% for everyone? Remember those days? Like, that was a thing for a while.
Yeah.
80, 90% on everyone. Like, look at all those like 70s, couple of 60s, 50s. That does disrupt things a little bit. Like, you will have to take a few risks here and there. Kimmich playing at right back, as we've seen, is just not good for his SO5 scores. Like, Kimmich is now like...
Do you know what this graph is here, Harry?
Yeah, that's like the
blue dots. The blue dots is Goretzka, and the orange dots is Kimmich. So we're on 4 weeks in a row of Goretzka greater than Kimmich.
Wow.
Get up, you.
when Goretzka can eat.
Everyone needs a Goretzka in their life, don't they?
Yeah.
Dyer on for this one, L1543. He's living the best life, isn't he?
Yeah, like, how they're not playing Kim here, I just don't get it. Like, that is beyond me, I can't lie.
Surely it's fitness. It can't be sporting merit.
I think it is merit. I think it's Tuchel merit. Like, I'm not even joking. I think he's buzzing off him. I'm not, like, genuinely. I don't think he's injured from what I'm gathering, which is worrying. But I don't know. That's a mad one. It's a mad one. But yeah, mine's a couple of fun players there. Van der Berg and Bergstart up front. Still Van Widmer. I used to enjoy his IP or the in-play divs back in the day.
Yeah. Love
nice
that
little player. Yeah.
Tom Krause and Amiri centre mid. We bit of fun now.
Of course. Still smashing, even though he's on that bit of a weird, bad fixture run, as far as difficulty goes. And I think he scored like a 30 AA maybe last week. Yeah. It's a Bayern win, isn't it? But it's like, by how much and who really sweeps up here? Is it Kane, Musiala, Sane, Goretzka? Like, maybe De Ligt. It depends who plays in defense. But yeah, De Ligt could be on for something quite tasty. Do people risk their Guerreros? Like, he is 100 capable. He is like the BTEC Ronaldo on a given day. He just, is it going to be him or Alfonso? It's just like, who fucking knows?
Yeah.
That's the issue, right?
It'll be a hard one to call. I fancy Leimer to be quite a high scoring card in this one, because he's great when he can get into the final third, but Tuchel's been playing him right back and stuff like that. So if he's in midfield and he's allowed to go on and beyond, that's a fun one to watch out for. But yeah, Bayern should sweep it up. Kane should be killing it. Sané's back in from the beginning. It's just going to be a case of, who's the defender card you're picking? And, do you have a Goretzka?
The answer is yes. You have
Oh, the Vance. And then we've got Porto, who are away to Portimonense. Is that the first away team we've got? Yeah, it is. And a real big stretch of homes, actually, isn't it?
Yeah, they play tonight as well, Quinny. So I'm personally worried about the Friday night curse with my Porto boys, but I still back them. I'm still going to back them.
The team's looking a bit better. We've looked at Porto quite a lot this season, and L5s and L15s have been yellow.
Dire.
There's a bit more life here now.
Yeah, mate. After that 5-0 win against Benfica, I think this will kickstart them now for this last third. I know they're going to probably get battered by Arsenal midweek and stuff. So, but then they're playing tonight, so there might not be that many like early subs maybe that you'd might think would happen on a Saturday or a Sunday maybe. They are moving away from the pack a bit, but they won't be giving up. Like, it's 2 or 3 wins away, really, isn't it? I know Sporting, if they win their game in hand, it could look a bit unrealistic, but they'll want to try and finish second at least, if not first. So Yeah, I think this could be a good game for them, albeit away from home. I'm hoping the clean sheet obviously comes in, but you can't.
Best defence in the league.
Yeah, you can't. Yeah, I don't know. It's a tough one. They have been really good recently, so that is probably the reason I am backing them. Wendell, the left back, is out though. I think he came off injured maybe against Benfica or something, and he was like touch and go. So I don't think he plays. So they have maybe a bit of a weakness at left back because that Jorge Sanchez is like a right back realistically. So yeah, it's an interesting one, but yeah, they look really good. Man City are like sniffing around Alan Varela, my boy from Boca. 70 million is the numbers I'm seeing, which is just mental, I think. But they've sent scouts and stuff to a couple of the games apparently, and yeah, just glad to see he's flying high.
That's brilliant, mate. That's some buzz. And again, it's another one of those wee Enzo moves almost, isn't it? You know, Argentina, Portugal, Prem, you know,
same
kind of thing. That's
thing.
good fun. Only 3 teams in Portugal have scored less goals than Portimonense. So
interesting.
Porto the best defence, Portimonense rather naff in attack in general, never mind against the bigger teams. So yeah, that could be a pretty good one for the clean sheet effect for sure. And then we've got Zagreb, who have been kind of getting their act together in their title race over recent weeks, and they are at home to Slaven Koprovnica. It's a good. I'm going to say it's a good attempt on my own behalf.
Yeah, feels good.
The Zagreb numbers, are they the deepest green for the matchup indicators on that page?
I would say so. Yeah, definitely 3 dark greens. If we're looking at yeah.
You can see it here with Kaneko, Baturina, definitely for midfield. Don't know if that's attacker, but or any other attackers. L15s are pretty.
Well, it's Petrovic, isn't it? I don't know what's wrong with him. I'm guessing he's injured.
Yeah.
Or something. I don't know. But yeah, they won yesterday 2-0. So that'll be, flying high with confidence and whatever. It's just whether or not you risk the 60%ers. And, that's your issue, isn't it? Obviously, Baturina looks pretty nailed, but he's not really firing right now. Mm-hmm. Again, it's one of those situations where you look and go, what do you actually play there? Like, if you had the whole team, like, I don't know who I'd be playing. I'd play the goalie. And maybe Ritovski, maybe Misic, maybe Theophile Katarin, like Petrovic, maybe the left back's actually pretty decent. Like, again, I don't know if I'm risking any of the forward line. I really don't think I would.
Yeah, it's a hard risk, isn't it? But yeah, maybe not quite the power, but should whoever does play for them. And again, if they don't get a lot of 90 minutes, it might be goals are spread across and decisives are spread across subs as well as starters, which can be a bit of a problem. I don't think we're going to be looking at Sport Hyonko or whoever they're called. We'll skip right through into AZ. So AZ, we've not really seen much of them this year in terms of on this show, certainly. But this week at home to your lads, Excelsior, they're fancied for a bit of a result.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, AZ haven't really been the AZ of old, have they, this year at all? Sugawara's went away with Japan and come back and has been fine, but Pavlidis has been scoring goals the last couple. I've looked on Sorare data. He's got a few goals recently, so he's on fire. So I would back him definitely to score a couple. Mynans is back fit. Yeah, I think they've just really struggled with just their main players being unfit, basically. Yeah, and I do worry for my boys, to be honest. They just, like I always say, they just love conceding goals. It's just part of what they do right now. Yeah, the last couple of games haven't been great for them at all. So, yeah, like Guizamon says, they're rubbish. So, yeah, I do worry for them big time.
Yeah, just waiting for the league table to show up here for us so we can see where AZ are sitting at the moment because they've not really been in the picture, but they are just about. Obviously, they're keeping themselves ahead of Ajax, which is always good fun, but sitting in fourth at the moment. I think that's probably why they're not really in the top 3 race and they're not really in risk of falling out the picture either, are they? So, no. They're kind of just where they're at. So it should be a good game for them to probably keep their distance from Ajax and Excelsior. Yeah, it's 3 points they're going to really badly need. But again, top 3 worst defences in the division.
Yeah.
So, yeah, AZ at home, 45 goals in 24 games. Yeah, a couple of goals. Maybe a wee Pavlidis hat-trick. Could be a wee day like that, perhaps. I don't think we get Copenhagen lineups. So we'll just give a wee peek.
No, we do.
Oh, we do. This is new.
We do. 100%.
This is definitely new. But we've got it. Scott McKenna, Vavro, Matson, Cornelius, and Chips, Cheese, and Pussy Juice, as we call them in Glasgow. El Unice.
Hell yeah, and they've got Big Bargy on the right wing. He's their like wonder kid. Rooney Bargy, I think his name is. He's when he gets a card, look out. He's unbelievable for his age.
I hope he leaves Copenhagen so Larson can get back in the team.
Big Cornelius up front.
But yeah, it's good to see we've got a Copenhagen lineup. That's new to the show. And definitely someone who's not new to the show is Galatasaray, who normally are right into that top 10 kind of range. Sorry, some of the are left play sharper, so some of the Turkish teams are a wee bit harder to spot quickly. But Galatasaray at home to Rizespor. This is also a Friday game. Do we think that a wee bit into this?
Maybe. That's John Joe Shelby's mob, isn't it, I think? I think he's playing at Rizespor. Yeah. He's been scoring pretty well as well, actually. I think he got a big score last weekend.
Yeah, 563. Yeah, he's cooking. John Joe Shelby. Like Demerby, they just want to be the main guy in the midfield and just leave him alone. Don't try and drop me. Just let me play every week and I'll be fine, you know? So, they've got a guy that can take some set pieces, bang a free kick, hit a shot in the opposition, which is always going to be a bit dangerous. But yeah, I'm quite surprised to see them this low down on the list. Really strong team. Did they play midweek? I know they're out of Europe, but I don't think they had cups and stuff, you know?
I don't know. I don't know about domestic cups. Yeah, I'm not sure.
So, Icardi, Mertens, Demerby. I don't know much more you want. It does feel like they're a little bit less scary without Bowie, doesn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, they're probably a bit nerfed at right back maybe compared to, having him there for sure. Yeah, there's still firepower there, though. There's still goals in that team. But yeah, maybe defensively, are they, from wing-back perspective, are they as good? I didn't realise that Cone, the left-back, signed there. He's one, from Hanover. Interesting. Baldaki big. Yeah, Baldaki's injured, as Mikey Basson says.
Mikey boy. Good to see you, buddy.
Yeah, good point.
And Tim is almost on a Peg's Wall stack. Now, if there's a team that loves conceding goals, it's Peg's Wall. So I hope you're getting a different goalkeeper. That's just all I would say. And yeah, Weaselmount concurs with a wee bit of the Excelsior stuff. We'll get to City Liverpool. It's not going to feature. There's a few games that won't feature on this, but we'll make sure we get to the big games of the weekend and stuff like that as well. Once we go through the key lineups for the actual SO5 game week itself, we'll make sure we touch on as much as we can. But yeah, that's the Galatasaray Rizespor match. And Norwich, who are at home at Rotherham, everyone's favourite opponent this season. And Norwich, who I don't think they're really in contention for promotion, are they? But I don't think they're, they're maybe like 8th or something. I don't know.
I think they might be pushing playoffs, maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know, though. I'm not too caught up with them, but
7th.
Oh, yeah, they are. Yeah, they're in and around it, definitely. Well, yeah. Yeah, I think they won midweek. I think Ashley Barnes scored a worldie. Well, it wasn't a worldie, it was a tap-in. But, yeah, I mean, yeah, this Sarah, Sargent's been on fire. Defense, I don't know who you really pick there, really. Maybe Ben Gibson. But, you're more looking at, it's basically Sarah, Borja Signs, maybe Ashley Barnes as a cap 240 striker pick because it's about his Alpha 15. But yeah, there's definitely some good scores in here. I wouldn't be surprised if Sarah scores 100 at all.
Kenny McLean, L561, maybe one to look at also.
Decent, yeah.
But yeah, I think Barnes is a great shout there at 44. Definitely decisive, capable in a game like this, and he's a kind of AA guy. He likes to play passes, will take shots from outside the box. So yeah, if he's getting into a bit of form and playing. And then behind Norwich, so less glamorous a fixture than Norwich, we have the mighty Real Madrid at home to Celta Vigo. And this is a game, Harry, I've looked at a little bit because I've got a few Celta Vigo players and I'm thinking, what kind of game is this going to be? Real Madrid are winning, right? But when you actually look at the form, they're not scoring really more than 2 or 3 goals very regularly, if ever. So Celta Vigo, and especially Rafa Benitez, they love to spoil the party. They love to, keep it low scoring, get cards, kill the time, do all that kind of stuff in these kind of big games, especially away at the Bernabeu. this is the Real Madrid team we've got, but it's very hard to imagine this team doesn't find a way through, doesn't it?
Yeah. It'd be very hard for me. I mean, yeah, no Bellingham's a big one, being suspended, but I still think they have enough to steamroll this Celta Vigo side. Personally, yeah, I can't see them scoring less than 2. Personally, I think it'll be a little 3-1 maybe 3-0. Larson and Aspas have goals in them. Like, they can definitely score goals. That's no doubt. Xavi Manquillo, that is so funny. That is the most Rafa Benitez. That is incredible. He's been everywhere with him. That is it. Yep. I love that. That's like Warnock and Junior Hoylett. That is.
Or Harry Redknapp and Nico Kranjčar.
Yeah.
If anyone can remember that one. But yeah, I expect this to be like backs to the wall defending for like 80 minutes for Celta Vigo, and maybe try and get Aspas a free kick on the edge of the box or a penalty or something. Oh, Sam Tighe, the football guy, fist bump, good to see you, mate. And he's back with the Chanot news, so that's good. I might actually slide him into a team because I didn't have him. Mourinho and Matic, Laird, great one with the football heritage. Love that, Andy Laird. KWP still injured. For anyone who still has him, love the intel that's coming in. Rotherham are terrible. We're getting confirmation of that from Ricky Lomas. I'm playing a goalkeeper of Hercules. I don't know if that's much better. Tim, it's got the Picks Wall Heracles defensive stack. Tim, I don't know what to say, mate, but you're really, like, I suppose when it happens, the guys must score like 70, 80, 90 points. But let's get us a better keeper. 3 Arda Güler, says Pochball.
For real.
See, the thing I heard you, Sam, and Laird getting on about, you were chatting about the whole Arda Güler kind of vibe and stuff like that. We kind of brought it up a little bit last night. I, for one, am dumbfounded at how good Brahim Diaz has become at Real Madrid, because at AC Milan for like 2 years, he was honking. And before that, he couldn't get in the Madrid team. He was nowhere near it. Yeah, as a kid, obviously, he's maybe developed over time, but I'm surprised Güler hasn't taken, isn't there to take that chance,
Yeah, I think Brahim Diaz has just realised that, they are bringing in younger boys than him who are, going to be better probably. But right now, all he can do is just keep, doing what he's doing. And fair play to him. He's done really well, hasn't he, when he's been asked to come into the side if Bellingham's not playing or whatever. So, yeah, he has shocked me. Yeah, I do agree with that.
Yeah, so Real Madrid probably have a good defensive. They're not conceding more than 1 goal. Like, it's just a case of if it's 1 or 0 probably. And then, how many do they score? How many decisives do you really need for the likes of Rodrigo and Vinny? They probably only need 1 each if they're doing enough in the game and they're busy. So, that's not actually that bad a situ for Real Madrid. Xabi Alonso and Bayern Leverkusen continue to dumbfound the history books and the record books. They are still undefeated in all competitions all season, and they have now broken 100 goals for the season, again in all competitions. They are at home to Wolfsburg, who are kind of decent, got a decent coach and all the rest of it, but they've not really been clicking. And again, some of the comments that have been coming out, I think last week, I can't remember the Wolfsburg result, but Max Arnold came out after the game and he was just saying, I don't give a fuck how we're playing, we just need to win. Like, that's not too far off a direct quote. Excuse my language, guys. We're only at 55 likes, by the way, so let's get that up and I'll stop swearing. But Wolfsburg is kind of like, they don't care how they're playing anymore. They just want to start getting victories, start getting results. And it feels like if that's the position you're in, going away to Bayer Leverkusen is probably going to be a tough weekend, isn't it, for them?
Yeah, big time. Big time. They rested a few boys in there, I think, against Qarabag, and Vert being one of them, I think, or maybe come off the bench. I'm not sure, but this feels like potential cricket score, doesn't it? SO5 wise, and I fear for the Wolfsburg stacks out there, big time.
Just want to go and check the. Oh no, I can even just do it on this. So, if anyone does have Leverkusen, so Tella started. Frimpong suspended for this weekend. He came off the bench, scored horribly, which is great for his L15. Thanks, Frimmers. Good one, pal. Xhaka, I beg your pardon. Wirtz get 30 minutes. Xhaka get 30 minutes. Schick get 10. Holzik and Borja Iglesias both started this one. And Palacios got 60 minutes and rested. Andrix played 90 here. looking at that would switch me into thinking this is going to be Palacios that starts this one rather than Andrić, and that's the best midfield. We've not seen that too much from Leverkusen for 2 months or so. So if they can get this midfield to start, that'll be really good for them. Tella on the right isn't as good as Frimpong, but tactically does the same job. So, Leverkusen can keep shape, can keep pace, and it's just a case of, will Adley, Hoffman and Wirtz, will they get a goal or two before they need to bring on a target man, if this is how they line up from the beginning? Because Wolfsburg have got, good players. They're not a pushover team. That midfield is so much fun. Max Arnold, Lovra Meyer, Aster Franks, Kevin Paredes, free roaming attacking spaces.
That's mad. Jesus. That's nuts. Yeah, some decent names there.
Yeah, big time, man. Big Jonas Wind up front, big Windy. Lucas Nemeka off the bench last week, got a goal. And then guys like Riedel Baku, Lacroix still in this team, Moritz Jens, Mercedes Jens from Celtic, he's kicking ass. I don't know this guy. But like I say, it's not been smooth sailing for them so far this season, if we can just find them on the table in 5 or 6 seconds. But Leverkusen are 10 points clear of Bayern. Wow. And Wolfsburg in 13th, only 6 victories this season, 11 losses, which is why Max Arnold is so upset with them. They should be in the top half. They're not that far away from it in reality, but nowhere near it in reality also. So I expect Leverkusen win this one as well. But Wolfsburg aren't going to be rolled over, I don't think, but Leverkusen should have too much.
Yeah, no, I agree with that.
Hard game to stack against, but because the clean sheet's probably not going to happen, and then it's who gets 90, who gets the decisives.
Yeah, that's a good point. And then what we got there, PSV.
PS to the V. Very low down the list here, but you can see why. The midfield is almost unrecognisable. Shooting in defence. And the attack, the L5s and L15s, except for De Jong, they've kind of waned, haven't they, in recent months? But yeah, they're a way to go ahead. Probably a great game for Serginho Dest, I would think. But beyond that, nothing else is really grabbing me about being excited about this one for PSV. I know it's a good game for them, but
as well.
Oh, so it is, yeah. Well, that might change things. Maybe a wee bit more Friday night on the telly in Holland,
Yeah. No Veerman's obviously big, isn't it? But yeah, Boskagli could be a good one. De Jong. Yeah, it's a weird one. Yeah, I don't know how this one goes SO5 wise,
Yeah, it's definitely not. It's kind of almost the opposite to what we were saying with. Is it maybe Feyenoord or? Where no, I can't remember who it was. Oh, Feyenoord kind of like they only had 2 changes, didn't they?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe I can't remember who it was we were saying earlier on, but we've not seen the best version of the team that often this year. Yeah. And PSV, this is not the best version of this team,
No chance.
So it's maybe not that SO5 mad. It's going to be harder to predict, especially shooting, playing in defence as well. It just kind of changes the whole dynamic of the team. Nordisland, I don't know if we have a predictions for them, never mind any cards that play for them. I'll have a peek and a nosy. Nope, neither. No lineup. And then we've got Club Brugge, who are at home to Leuven. So let's go and find the Belgium action. Let's see. We have, Bruges at home at Leuven. I think somebody mentioned in the chat earlier that Mignolet is on a start this one. I didn't know he was out. But
yeah, I think he was out last weekend, but looks like he might be, not according to this, but...
Last updated Thursday at 11 o'clock. So if the information we have is more recent than that, then let it be known in the chat, guys.
Yeah. The guy who does the predictions in the comments said this morning, it says that Mignolet might be back, not sure.
Interesting.
Yeah, that's some, Vanikins, Skovolsons, Thiago's, Nielsen. There's definitely room for some decent SO5 scores here, for sure.
Yeah. Brandon Michele on a 50% with Jonas Spielers. It's maybe not used to seeing that, but the rest of the team pretty nailed, maybe except for Thiago or Jukla. And in this left mid position, it's a wee bit of a random. But yeah, Bruges at home, normally really impressive. Let me fix that, sorry. So that guy. I can't remember who it was now. Oh, I don't know who this is, but he's a Japanese guy. I think. No, it's this guy.
Thorgensson or whatever his name is, the Icelandic guy.
Yeah, he's on to start. Striker is a real freeway split. No one's got any idea how he'll start up front. And the rest of the team, Shivers, Pletnicek, Toby Lysons, a few heroes in this team. But yeah, should be a good one for Bruges. Ooh, Bournemouth against Chef U. Is this more the Chef U are that bad that Bournemouth are this high in the ranking, or Bournemouth did win 2-0 like Burnley last week? Is it Bournemouth that have got themselves in this position on the leaderboard, Harry? What do you think?
Yeah, I would say so. Yeah, I'd say a mixture of both. Maybe leaning towards the Chef being like that bad, but like, yeah, man, like Bournemouth are scoring goals. Like they're free scoring, and they've got a number 9 that scores goals, which is half of what football is at the end of the day. If you haven't got a number 9 that scores goals, it is pretty tough to win games of football. And yeah, they're lucky the Solanke's really stepped up this year. Fair play to him. I'm not a massive fan of him, but he has been really good this year, so you can't really fault it. Good midfield 3. And yeah, they're playing against a team that are just, well, they're playing against a Christmas tree.
Yeah,
it looks like to me. Yeah, mate, I don't know. I watched them against Wolves. They, on the counter, they had a couple of interesting chances, but yeah, the team's really bad. Like, it is just not good at all. McCarthy's a decent player. Like, they got a few boys in there. Sousa's in there. But yeah, on the whole, it's just not happening for them at all.
But what's the guy's name? Wilder, after their last match, was saying like, oh, maybe need to, I don't know if you heard his post-match, but honestly, I just cringe every time I hear him now. He just sounds so ridiculous. But he was saying like, you probably need to start playing the kids now going forward, like, and it's like, mate, are you joking? It's the beginning of March. You're just going to play the kids now for the rest of the year.
You might as well just go into the champ now and start playing your games.
Yeah, so, and again, when I look at this, I still see Trusty, Robinson, Baldock. I still see a lot of the guys that have been playing, so I don't really know who he's talking about. Is it this Osula guy rather than Brewster or McBurney? I don't know, or Arblaster? I'm not too sure, but anyway, so I wouldn't be surprised if Bournemouth got a nice score in this one, if Sheffield are like that done,
Yeah, I agree. That could be the team this weekend.
Could be a wee unexpected one. Lokomotiva are home at Rudez. We'll put that team on screen for you guys. You want to see it. Rudez are the opponent everyone wants in Croatia. So if you do have a Lokomotiva team or cards, we'll stick their team on screen for you guys now to have a wee cop at it. No pun intended. Or maybe it was. But here's the team for you. Bartolek. Let's get a different shirt from everyone else. Rudez, here they are. If you have any of those cards.
I think the goalie, isn't it? What's it? Cavallina. He's still injured, I believe, for Lokomotiv Zagreb. So he's like their big miss.
Yeah, he's on a 65-35 here with Subaric. Good catch, Harry.
And then Sporting.
Away to Aruka.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not changed, does it? It's the same. Oh, goalkeeper.
Apart from the keeper, yeah. Dan's got injured, and they thought he'd be out for. They thought he'd have to retire, and then it turned into he's out for a few games or something. So, no Ignacio Goncalves as well. There's a few missing, really. Both likely to start, it says though. Ryan, well, what Ryan's put in the comments for the Sporting team, anything goes. Yeah.
Yeah. So there you go, Sporting. So I'll get much on them.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So we get to Italy. So where will we kind of round this off, and then we'll look at the bigger games? Maybe after 20, or will we go to Southampton?
Yeah, if you want to do so. We might not even have predictions actually for Southampton. We didn't earlier, so we might now, but I know we didn't. So
okay, well, we'll go with the flow over the next couple. Yeah. I'll get us to about the hour mark, and then we'll look at some of the bigger games, and then we'll do all the usual stuff kind of then after. But Milan at home to Empoli. Again, this is a game on paper that if you've got Milan stacks, then when you see Empoli coming to the San Siro, it should be a good week. But Europa League, they got a good win last night, I think, against Sparta Prague, quite a big one. So they're probably in good spirits and all the rest of it. But it looks like there might be some changes to the team.
Yeah. A few little rotational tweaks there. Reinders, Benacer, CDM feels pretty normal. Yeah, Ruben in the 10. Yeah, I guess there's not that many changes. Maybe a few.
I was just going to check. It's just Chukwueze always catches me off, so I always forget he's there.
Yeah, I know. He just always pops in and out of the team, doesn't he?
Yeah, so Leal, Adley, Kiar and Florenzi started. So there's like 4 changes. It's not that many, I suppose, but there's a few. L1538 Chukwueze could be quality. L1544 Benacer could be all right for somebody as well.
Yeah, that could work.
Empoli, Capril and goals. Luperto at the back. Anyone else? I don't think I recognise anyone else here, but yeah, should be a good one for Milan. Magic Mike and goal should be on for a good clean sheet effort in this one. Could be a great game for Teo. Could be a real spiky game for him because he'll just get free reign to attack down this side of the pitch. RLC's getting into some great form I'm hearing about as well. Now suspended as well. Nice. So yeah, could be a good one for Milan at home to Empoli. And then we've got PSG at home to Reims. Now, I'm not too sure where Reims are in the table, but there's always random French teams that are like second. I don't think Reims are there at the moment, but I think they're kind of at the top half of the table, give or take. So PSG at home.
Good last year, weren't they?
So let's see, Reims are 9th at the moment.
It's not bad. Yes, it's Will Still's boys, isn't it?
Yeah. 2 points off of Marseille in 7th. PSG cruising the league at the top. Oh, Goncalo Ramos might start this one in case they're trying to sell him to somebody. Nuno Mendes looks like he's back in the fold after I think he came off injured. I seen when I was watching them. I can't remember what game that was now. But yeah, Mbappe, Dembele on the sides. Zaire Emery's in town.
Hakimi. Yeah, they played well. I watched the game against Sociedad. They looked pretty good. They had like a weird formation where like Dembele was like in like the number 10 role. It was weird. Like he wasn't on the wing, and then like Zaire Emery was like a fake 9 or false 9 or whatever. Like it was strange, and Mbappe was just really isolated. It was really clever. Like they kind of had everyone over on one side of the pitch, allowed Mbappe to have loads of space, and he was just basically 1-on-1, sometimes 1-on-2. But it didn't matter, you know how good Mbappe is. He can, skip past players like they're not even there, and that's where obviously a couple of the goals came from. And yeah, they look good. They did look pretty good. I was quite impressed. Nuno Mendes was back. That Beraldo, by the way, that centre half, Quinny, he is a serious player. Brazilian kid. He's like 19. They've just sort of bought him, I think, recently. He is very, very good. Like class. I was so impressed with him. Sociedad were like, they were huffing and puffing, but just didn't have much up front. Kubo was trying to do a few bits and, whatever. But I don't know who was up front. It was a Sadiq, maybe. I don't really know, genuinely. It just didn't work. PSG looked really good. You'd have to fancy a couple of those big SO5 scores there, yeah.
Maybe Mbappe gets subbed off at half-time to save us all.
That'd be nice.
And then we've got 20 playing Sparta Prague, who, again, both teams have been Sorare favourites to managers on all budgets, really, in all different scarcities. So, I don't know, what has this been indicated as? It looks like good defence and attack for 20, and they're likely to win it.
Yeah, 20 have been decent recently. I got to give it to them. They have turned it around a little bit. Propa's been good, and Burnett at the back, or Burnett, he's been pretty good. Still obviously, I think he got injured maybe, but he should be back. And Van Volswinkel scoring goals as usual. Great moustache game. Yeah, I can't fault that. Love that. I don't know. Dan Rotz has been a bit quiet recently. Yeah, there's no one here that I'm like, this is defensive stack again. I think it goes back to like, who nails the defensive stacks this weekend and really gets the smashes in there with, defenders, goalkeepers. And then the forwards, I think you've just got to pick random cards that you think are just going to score goals that, are mutually exclusive to the team you're stacking defensively, I think.
Sparta Prague team's on screen for anyone. Sparta Rotterdam, I beg your pardon, for anyone that wants to see it. And James Rendell's asking us, Harry, how do we feel about Eric Dyer over Kim Min-jae? We had a good laugh about that, James. But obviously it's not funny from where you're sitting, but it's funny from football seeing Thomas Tuchel's selecting Dyer over Kim Min-jae.
Just mental, isn't it?
Jesus wept, man. Monterey, do we have Monterey cards? I hear them mentioned a lot, but do we have cards?
We might have.
We don't have teams anyway. So sorry.
No, they played last night. They played against Cincinnati. I think they beat them. Yeah, I think they did.
No lineup projections for them.
Oh, it would have been Vasquez against his ex-club. Did he score, Vasquez, last night?
I think he did. I think I've seen some things saying he should be number one striker for America now. So
let's have a look if he scored.
I don't know if that was pre-match or post-match.
Yeah, he did. He scored.
Team is on screen for anyone that wants it.
That's mad. That is scored against his ex-club. That happens. I think I say it every week, but it happens far too often. The ex-club.
You know what it's like, but see if you know, like, you know probably better than maybe most, Harry, but if you're training with people for like 2 or 3 years and then you're in a different team, you'll 100% be saying to everyone, play me on his left shoulder. Just, you know, or just always play me right foot when I'm in front of it, or do, you know, and you just know because you've done it repeated, you know, like, oh, just do this guy in training. There's no pressure. You don't think of him as being something different. So,
you know their weaknesses. That's just it, isn't it? You know,
you can count on that kind of thing happening, you know?
Massively.
I think so anyway. But yeah, Sanfrecce's on Sho Sasaki, reigning supreme on this page here, along with a few other guys. They're playing Sagantosu, and their team is on screen for anyone that wants to see it now.
They look like the stack right now, the Hiroshima boys.
Yeah. The back three is just heavy-handed, isn't it?
Yeah. Back three, Ohashi, the striker, Kato, the Mitsuta. Like, he's got a full... Obviously, Mitsuta's a forward, but he's playing, like, midfield, so he's just getting loads of passes, and, like, yeah, he's doing really well.
He was linked to Celtic as, like, a wide forward. Like, who did we buy instead? Palmer, probably.
Yeah, they're quite similar, but he's not as, like... I don't know. Yeah, he's not like an out-and-out winger for me, Mitsuta. He's more of a... Well, he plays 10 now, or, you know, 8, 10. But easier league, so it's quite hard to say, really. But yeah, he's a good player.
So we've got Southampton. Let's have a peek. Do we have a team for them? We do.
Ooh, is that Sam Ty's doing? Let's have a look if he trademarked the team on Play Sharper.
I see we've got China, so I kind of want to look at China just for the banter. But Southampton is here thanks to Saints Socialite. I don't know if that is Sam's burner account or whatever. I'm not sure it would be, but this was updated as we were on air 20 minutes ago, Harry. So this is breaking news. Southampton predicted lineup. If any of you have got cards, behold, feast your eyes upon it. All the Andersons are playing. All the Armstrongs, sorry, I beg your pardon. Adams and Edozie. Downs, Aribo. There you go.
I'm surprised there's no David Brooks in there. I can't lie. That doesn't feel right. He's been very good recently. I can't see how he plays over Samuel Edozie.
Yeah.
I'm talking to Sam now.
I've not really been following it.
It wasn't Sam that did the prediction, but there's no way David Brooks don't play. I'm sorry to break it to anyone. Edozie doesn't start this. Sorry. He just doesn't. I just don't see it.
I'm with you, Harry. Harry's got his finger on the pulse for this one, and you heard it here first, guys. China. We do have China. There we go. And then what team is this? Chengdu?
Chengdu, is it?
No, this is Chengdu Qingbo.
Oh, them. Yeah, I know.
I don't know if... Oh, no, maybe we do have Chengdu Qingbo. They're away. Yeah, I think this is it. This is Chengdu Rongqing on this page. So, let's see if we've got any cards in this team. But I always find it funny we have the China teams now.
I know.
Oh, this is Heber's. Oh, no, they're playing Heber's team. So, Heber's on L1529, target man striker. And they're playing Big Felipe's team. Any other cards hidden in here?
Big Felipe's McBride's love child, isn't
he? Yeah, I think so.
Like, actually.
I was looking for my wee team that has my other guy in it, but I can't remember what they're called. I don't think they're here.
Andrade?
Yeah. So I was going to slide them in a wee team. He's L15 super cheap, but I need to go and find out what team he bloody plays for now quickly before I forget. And then I think after that, anyway, on the matchups tab, what did we have? Antwerp we'll look at. And then from there, I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll do Antwerp Ajax. And then from there, we'll just go through the big games of the weekend because Barca's there. They play tonight. We can talk about that. So we'll look at Antwerp, Ajax, and then we'll run through some big games, guys. Get our teams finalised. Oh, it's Sichuan, and it's like a yellow and black one. Is it this one? I don't think my guy's here. That's annoying. Shenzhen, is it this one? Oh, yeah, it's this one. Yeah, good. Peng City. That's what I need to remember. Peng City. L1528. Big man's on to play. Love it. Awesome. So we'll have a look at Antwerp, and then we'll do Ajax, and then we'll look at the big ones and get your requests into the live chat, guys, as well. Antwerp are away to Kortrijk. That's why they'll be so far down. I was wondering why they weren't a little bit higher. It's huge. Look at that. Goalkeeper 24, opposition 60. It's, they really fancy Antwerp to get the Quinny here.
Yeah, they've been decent. My boy Balikwisha on my new
Kings.
Who's that?
Kings, Kangwa.
Yeah, it could be. Yeah, I think it is.
King, he's in town.
Yeah, I think he's back.
King, he's in town. Oh, need to share tab. Sorry, this one. There we go. He is in town. Oh, dropped. Oh, that's for Zambia. So as he just came in, yeah, he just came in after AFCON. Now, for any who don't know, if it is King, it is. This guy loves a peak. This guy loves a biggie.
Yeah, it was good, wasn't he?
23 AA, 36 AA. He can do this in Belgium, no problem at all, man. Like, look at that 46 AA.
Ridiculous, wasn't he?
3 tackles, 1. It's all in possession, but isn't it? 3 interceptions. Look at that. 10 net duels.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. That is actually ridiculous. So
maybe a rubbish team to be at for him. But we see he's only 24, by the way. And we see a lot in Belgium, like Jack Hendry's a great example for me that springs to mind. But like, if they're at Kortrijk and they do well, Liège will buy them, or Anderlecht will buy them, or you see that kind of thing happen in this division, especially a guy that's got a huge upside that they could sell for a couple of million to a champion Euro team.
Mm-hmm.
So he's only got 29 rares. Wow, 17 quid. If I had Belgium cards and stuff like that, I would just definitely get that. 17 quid for a kingy. He's not going to get a card this season, so you're probably waiting until next August. Unless he transfers, and then maybe you don't get one next year because he missed picture day at his new team.
Well, if they go down, though, he might not even...
Let's have a wee investigation on this.
I think they're like bottom of the league, or one below bottom.
Let's see if they bottom.
I think Molenbeek might be bottom.
Kings Kangwa. Let's see. Did they buy him or did they loan him?
It still says his current team is...
Yeah, his contract expires with Kortrijk in 2024. So he doesn't need to worry about getting relegated. He's shop windowing.
Yeah.
That's what he's doing.
Yeah, that's clever, that is.
5 goals in 21 games for Zambia. That's funny if you get the international utility on top of it as well. But Kingy, love that, by the way. Blast from the past. Sunoda at the back as well. Anyone else we know? Isaac Davis in attack. But Antwerp very much fancied for the clean sheet here. Boutez, Alderweireld, Wijndal, Batile, Kellenkamp. Should be keeping it tight at the back. And then that's what's expected for this game anyway. There's Antwerp. And then we had Ajax. It's the final one of the SO5 kind of heavyweight fixtures of the weekend. And Ajax find themselves, I'm sure it was away, now they're at home, to Fortuna Sittard, which should be a good game for them. Guys, there's over 160 Sorare Scouts and Managers joining us, but we've not hit that magic number of 88 likes. We also have a poll in the chat as well, so make sure to get involved in the poll and let us know what your habits are, what you're up to. But yeah, Ajax, here we go. Brobbey, Berghuis, Taylor. Looked quite good. I watched Aston Villa versus Ajax last night, and it was a bit of a stodgy game. Wasn't that great, but Taylor could have scored. He was very unlucky. Good bit of pace in him. And I've seen Brobbey play enough times to think I know enough about him. But he actually looked not too bad last night. Sosa looked good. Henderson was kind of funny to see in this Ajax team. But Kaplan, by the way, he's getting a move in the summer after that performance. No two ways about it. He was like ultimate old school sweeper. Like the back four was like dealing with stuff. And then whoever had broke beyond the back four, Kaplan was shoulder to shoulder with them. So it was proper sweeping things up, left-footed, like everything was left-footed, like blocking shots, clearances, all that kind of stuff. He's huge. He's huge, man. So yeah, big Kaplan definitely left an impression on me. And this boy Goyer, he gets sent off, so he'll be suspended for leg 2 of that game. But yeah, there you go. Wee bit of Ajax chat. And here is the Satara team, if any of you have got a Verrips in goals or anything else there. Awesome. Thoughts on USG Ghent?
I think USG win that, to be honest.
Have a wee peek at it, and then we'll do Alaves quickly. So I see a wee cheeky request for it. Where is it? Oh, there. I'm losing my marbles. We'll look at La Liga, we'll look at the Prem, we'll look at the big movers and shakers. We are under an hour to the deadline, 52 minutes to go, Harry boy. And we've looked at all the main games that should be populating cap modes, all-star lineups, under 23 heavyweights, or any of those kind of regional teams that are built out to stack out. And here we go, USG. Koki Machida's playing, so you know that's always a good sign. There's the USG team, and here is the Ghent team. Ooh, a bit of a three-way coin toss on striker 2. But the rest of the team kind of falls into position quite quickly, quite easily. This Brown's getting a bit of a reputation for himself as well. I think I've seen him with some transfer links in January, maybe.
Yeah, I remember seeing them.
Big Schmidt and goals, L1538, if you think that USG won't deliver. And Alaves are in La Liga. I think we'll have we've got Barca tonight anyway. That was the first kind of game. The Premier League is where a lot of the big action is this week.
Yeah.
Here's Alaves for Rico, man. Omorodon's going to start an attack. Antonio Blanco's in midfield. Severa's in goal still. No changes. Last updated, 12:30 today. So that's the latest intel that we've got for you, buddy. But yeah, on Friday night, we've had a few Friday night teams. It's a busy Friday night, but maybe the headline act in Champion Euro is Barca at home to, I was just thinking there, you made a wee head twist and made me second guess myself there, Harry. But Barca at home to Mallorca.
Yeah.
That's pretty strong looking.
Yeah, obviously just lost Pedri, just lost De Jong, so midfield's been decimated. Yeah, I don't know. It does feel like a weekend Barca. I can't lie. No Yamal. Well, I say no, but it looks like Rafinha will start this one for whatever reason. Yeah, it's a weird Barca team. Really weird. I can't lie. They've got that 17-year-old is really good, actually, that Pau Kobasi. He is really, really good. Kunde at right back. Christensen at fucking CDM. There's all sorts going on here, mate. I honestly... Yeah, I think no De Jong and Pedri is massive misses for them. Just in how the team sort of clicks and stuff. And
I was reading Javi saying that he's going to make a lot of rotations in this game, and I've got Romeo on to start this one, to be honest. So I think this will be a wee funny one for Barca. At home, they need to get the points, they need to get the goals going. But the squad is thin. You know,
really thin. Really, really thin.
This was last updated on Wednesday. So yeah, I'm pretty sure Javi's had comments since Wednesday alluding to there was going to be a bit of rotating and a few changes. I think the rest of this team rings out, but with probably what we're expecting. But I think Romeo is going to take over for Christensen on this prediction anyway. Mallorca team's on screen for anyone that fancies it. Big 2 target men in attack. And yeah, you kind of know what you're getting from Mallorca, but away from home, they're going to concede, or they're going to forfeit possession, certainly anyway. All over the place. Yeah, no continuity at the back for sure. I'm not too sure. Are you on the right page, Remlo? Because they have kind of redirected or redone the layout of stuff. So you need to kind of check what game week you're in, because you might be in an old one. I don't think you are, but it's just something. It's the first thing to say. Just make sure you're in the right bit. Will we go to the Premier? Will we finish Spain? I think there's a few games here people would want to peek at. So Cadiz at home to Atleti wasn't in the top order. I think this is a decent game. I think with no Griezmann, but anyone that maybe was eyeing this game up maybe isn't as excited about it. But Morata Depay up front. Midfield has been quite consistent all year. Sol coming in, but it's maybe a bit surprising. Gabriel Paulista, Lino. We've also got Real Madrid we've looked at. Betis versus Villarreal. If anyone wants to peek at that. Fekir's going to play this game with a face mask. He's got a broken nose, but Fekir's back, face masked up. Rocket on the 50-50 with Guido. And Villarreal, Parejo back in town. Came off the bench against Marseille midweek. Didn't start the game, but probably will start this. Jerry Moreno, Sorloff, Bertrand Traore. Kind of decent enough team there, isn't it? The Girona lads, this is the way the team's looking to shape up. Not many surprises. Blind and Garcia back in town. Maybe it's a good defensive effort for Girona. Osasuna are lined up, as you see before you. Sociedad against Granada. So Villar is on to play alongside Hongla yet again. Boy, Pelistri and Uzune. It's a kind of decent front three there for a team quite low in the table. Sociedad. Yeah, I'm not too sure that's the team I think is going to play. I'm not sure Becker starts this, although I'd love him to. Yeah, I think this is going to be probably Kubo starting. I think Oyarzabal starts, but I could see Oyarzabal starting through the middle and maybe Baranachea or Becker starts on the left here. But I think Andre Silva and Sadiq have been absolutely terrible every time they've played. I know Sadiq scored a world there too, but he's rotten. Like, it's so many things. Back four kind of picks itself, I suppose, if Galan's playing over Tierney. And anything else in La Liga to sconce at? I think that'll be about it. We'll have a look at the Prem, Harry boy.
What have we got in the Prem? Oh yeah, City Liverpool, isn't it? That's the big one.
Yeah, there's a few big ones. I'm not too sure if there's any of the big parts of it that are on Sunday. On Saturday, I beg your pardon, I think a lot of it's Sunday, but Saturday we've got Man U, Everton, Wolves, Fulham, Palace, Luton, Bournemouth, Sheffield that we featured. Arsenal's the Saturday night game, right? But Sunday, early kick-off, Villa playing Tottenham, 6-pointer for finishing fourth. I know top five is probably Champions League by all accounts. I tuned into Aston Villa Ajax last night. McGinn didn't start. Diaby started. I think Ramsey might just make this game now. That's really last minute. That's literally just been updated now. That is the time right now. This has just been updated.
That's mad.
Ramsey might come in. This was really because it's very rare you see him play like Diaby and Bailey left and right, so needs must with injuries and stuff like that. But yeah, he does like Ramsey. So if he's fit, I could see that happening. But Tottenham will be coming proper Ange ball. Basuma, Sarr, Maddison midfield. It is really a full strength Tottenham team for me, minus maybe Kulusevski. Depends on your poison between him and Brennan. And Pedro, I was going to say no Pedro Porro, but he's in now. So wow. That's he's in. So yeah, this is a really strong Tottenham team.
Yeah.
Really strong. So this will be a fun one. What's your thoughts on this?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, Villa obviously played last night, didn't they? So they'll be a bit knackered probably. So yeah, I don't know. I think Tottenham might go here and ruffle a few feathers, I think, to be honest. Strength, like as far as like that their 11 goes, as full strength as it almost gets. And yeah, I think I fancy Tottenham here. Might do a little number on them.
I went for a draw in this one personally, but I do think if someone could edge it, it might be Tottenham just with energy and actually have like a full strength team there.
Big time.
West Ham, Burnley, no one will be watching that. Brighton, Forest, no one will be watching that. And then at 3:45, it's Liverpool versus Man City, top of the table clash, and it's Jurgen Klopp versus Pep Guardiola. This is like the final chapter of that. It's the final time they'll play each other. It's at Anfield as well, as Liverpool and Man City managers in their current form. I'm sure we'll see them play each other at some point again in the future. But Liverpool have been so good at Anfield, and I really can't imagine Liverpool not winning this game in so many ways. Like football, just the way it's going to shake out for them. Klopp's last season, they're going to try and win the league. If they're going to do it, they need to win against Man City. And if they're playing City at Anfield, you can't, I don't know, for me anyway, I can't imagine City scoring more goals than them just because of the whole Klopp factor and the form that they've been showing. Like cup final, bringing all the kids on and still wiping the floor with Chelsea. It feels like Liverpool have, they're an extra couple of inches taller at the moment. And I know City are just as much like that,
Yeah, I don't know. I think City walk all over them, mate. I gotta be honest.
Walk all over them? You think so?
Yeah. Joe Gomez against Erling Haaland. Like, come on.
I know, but
do you know what I mean?
it's Anfield, mate.
No trend. no Trent. There's too many factors for me that go against them. I think they'll give them a go, but I don't see it. I'd be honestly so shocked if City don't win this game. Like incredibly shocked. And that might not mean 3. I'm not saying 3-0 and like washing, sort of wiping the floor with them, but like I really think City win this game. I'd be very shocked if they don't. Very shocked. They're on fire, mate. Honestly, I don't think they're just like a steam train that's like full steam ahead. I just don't see anything getting in their way. Obviously, Arsenal's the kryptonite in some ways. Like if they were coming up against an Arsenal away, then I'd be like, yeah, that I can't call that. But this, I'm confidently saying City win it.
Confidently.
I really am.
Love it, mate. Well, I think Liverpool win this just for I just can't get beyond. It's the last dance for Klopp and this team. I think they win the league personally. I think they will I think they win this game. I think they're going to do it, Liverpool. But I know Man City are so good, man. Like it's so hard to look at this team and say they're not going to win a game of football, But I don't know. I just get that feeling, Sunday prime time, Anfield, just everything that goes around it. I've just got a feeling that Liverpool will have one goal more somehow.
They just look honestly the way City are playing, mate. If they weren't in this form, I would back you and say, yeah, Anfield, home, Liverpool and stuff. But man, I don't know. I just don't think there's an antidote for it. Like I don't for what they've got going on right now. City is just frightening.
Yeah,
I really do. I really do. But I hope. Yeah, I'm going to assume it's going to be a good game, and yeah, hopefully we can all enjoy it.
Hey guys, we're 4 likes away from 88. Come on, let's get us there, then we can shoot for 100. But then the final Premier League game of the weekend, Monday Night Football, Chelsea at home to Newcastle. Now, I think this is the second week in a row, if not, it's definitely 2 out of 3, where Newcastle fans have been fucked with a terrible away trip at a terrible day and time. 8 o'clock kickoff on a Monday night in London for Newcastle fans, man. Come on. Although I'm sure it'll be a great game for everyone watching on the TV and all the rest of it. This is a Chelsea team on screen for anyone who wants to catch it. Silva's back in town. Cucurella's in the team. Not seen him in a while. And again, the front three's been quite consistently selected, give or take Midweek's and Midweek's. A wee bit of Nkunku when he's been fit. And the Newcastle team, there's no Trippier, is going to be out for a little bit, which means it's a wee bit of Livermento season. Almiron, Barnes and Murphy are on the split here for right wing. Otherwise, the rest of the team kind of picks itself on form and availability. But I think this is going to be a cracker. Newcastle still pushing for those European spots, and Chelsea are still trying to kid everyone else on that's what they're trying to do as well. But drawn 2 each with Brentford last week, who can't buy a point at the moment. And Newcastle 3-0 victory last week against Wolves at home. Newcastle generally aren't as good away from home or whatever, but when I look at Gordon and Isak against this Chelsea team, like I think they're scoring the goals they need in this one, and I think Chelsea have just been abjectly crap like all year long. So this will be a good Monday night game.
Yeah, it'll be a fun one. Actually, I can't tell you what way it goes. It's a random one, isn't it? Like Chelsea have been so bad, but Jesus, you just don't know. No Trippier maybe, and yeah, that one's a weird one to call. Genuinely, I don't like trying to call that one. Obviously, Livermento coming in is not a bad replacement, but I don't know. It's a real tough one to call for me.
Yeah, I think this is a good game for Newcastle because I think like they just want to break into space, and Chelsea have that pressure on them of being at home, having Palmer and Enzo on the ball, dominate possession, shows some Pochettino ball, And Newcastle are just going to win it, give it to Bruno, and then flick it into space, and then go and run. Petrovic is a good shot stopper, but so he probably won't mind that game, to be honest with you. So, but Thiago, Disasi, Gusto, they're all going to have to be on the recovery run for it. It's definitely. But no, I think Newcastle will probably get enough in this one. I think this could be a famous away win for them. But Chelsea have been specialists in getting high-profile draws. Like they drew with City. Yeah. They drew. If they get a good result, it's a draw. It's like 3 each draw or something like that. 2 each last week with Brentford. So I wouldn't be surprised if maybe that kind of thing unfolded, but I think this is a great game for Newcastle to maybe catch some points that they've maybe dropped earlier in the season, just when things were a little bit more hairy for them, and get them back in amongst it, because West Ham are only 2 points ahead of them. Man United 4 points ahead of them. And I think like Newcastle should be ahead of Man United and West Ham, really. They've been quite unlucky about injuries and different bits and pieces catching them this year, but 3 points against Chelsea. could solve that for Newcastle. I think it's a good one for them. Chelsea in 11th on 36 points.
Mental.
I've missed a wee bit of the chat, guys. Sorry, so I'm trying to catch up. No Gallagher. Yeah, Gallagher is ill. Without a goalkeeper, I see no. Without Gallagher, sorry, I see no hope for Chelsea. Yeah, good point. Gallagher has such great energy for filling in pockets and stuff, but I do like the midfield that we've seen there. Still good.
Yeah, it's decent.
I think so, Dave. I think that's like every game they've got cup final mode activated. Liverpool, like superhuman abilities, playing every game, playing every ball. Like it's the last minute of the game. I don't know. I just think Klopp, by announcing he's leaving end of the season, he just activates that cheat code in his team of constant motivation. Because he's such a historic manager for the club already. And the time he's been there, even never mind before he leaves, and then hindsight and history get to look on him kindly.
Right. Yeah.
So we've looked at bits of Germany. I think we've seen Bayern and Leverkusen, the main kind of teams and all that kind of stuff. We've looked at England and Spain. Is there anything in Italy we've missed? We've got Bologna, Inter, which I don't mind opening up for a second because I was telling you this last night, Harry. I'm backing my goalkeeper to have a good game in this one. Bologna sitting fourth in the table. They get some good results. And, Inter are cruising and they're a different level to everyone else in the division at the moment. But away to Bologna. Bologna have got a good home support. Thiago Motta is a fantastic manager, getting a bigger and bigger reputation every week. And a lot of these individual players, again, like Ndoye, this guy Fabian, and then Calafiore, like these guys have really kicked on this season. I know Ferguson, Orsolini, and Xerxes get a lot of the plaudits, but Bologna are so fun to watch. And at home, I'm not sure, Inter are great, but no Lautaro, no Calhanoglu, no Mkhitaryan. I'm not too sure they get more than 2 goals in this game, really, from open play.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they could play it quite safe and just dominate possession and stuff, and maybe make it a 1-0, 2-0. But no Martinez is a big one, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. Feels like this team's a wee bit B-teamy, keep themselves for Champions League and all that kind of stuff. And again, they're cruising the league so they can do that.
Mm-hmm. I was going to say, you might have caught them on a nice little, patch of, just a nice time to play them if they've got Champions League, because that could be a Skorupski little 70 plus there for you, Quinny. Couple of saves, little clean sheet because they bottle it away to Bologna. They got some good players, Bologna. Orsolini, Ferguson, Xerxes. Raul, I definitely don't hate Liverpool.
No, Harry's an Anfield legend.
I'm an Anfield legend, if you didn't know. I'll get my shirt out of the shelf if you want, mate.
We've got Juve Atalanta next as well. Atalanta, who lost 2-1 to Bologna last week, go away to Juve. This is the Juve team on screen for anyone that's waiting to be disappointed this week. None of these guys score good, no matter what. And here's the Atalanta team, who probably are a better pick this week than Juve. Going away to Juve is probably quite fun for some of these guys. Coop Miners and CDK in particular, I'm thinking of there. Maybe so much not the defence and whatnot, but guys that'll get on the ball a bit, maybe get some shots off.
Yeah, I think they rotated a little bit. Midweek against Sporting. That's a big one though, yeah. Heidel's back.
Nicholas Heidel is back. Adam Kenyon with the details. Thank you very much for sharing. So if you have Nicholas Heidel for Austria Wien, battle stations, you've got another goalkeeper back in town. Oh, Quattra's in the team. So here's the Fiorentina-Roma team. So I know Roma under De Rossi, a wee bit reinvented. Oh, and they do fancy Angelino to start this all of a sudden. When was this updated? This morning. Last night. Oh, good. So these are quite fresh now because I didn't have 2 defenders, now I do. So that's fun. Villar has been getting games.
Yeah.
The secret Trubin that no one kept a hold of long enough. But yeah, there's that game as well. Nico Gonzalez, L15 of 37. When he does catch form again, he'll be great for cap for 2 weeks or something because he's a good wee guy. I like him. Let's have a look at France. Was there anything we've missed? We've seen PSG, Marseille, Nantes, Lille, Rennes. So we know Lille and Rennes, both very well stacked teams in Sorare, so we'll grab them. Atalanta could rotate with Europe as well. Yeah, I think we caught a wee bit of that chat. So here's the Lille team: Joe David, Angel Gomez, who Ian Wright is pushing for England call-ups these days. Lenny Yoro, Chevalier, Haraldison, 1535. Has he not got a card yet?
Yeah, he does, but he just doesn't play. He does have.
See, when they first got him, he was brilliant when they first got him, was he not?
I know. Yeah, he was, and then for some reason they didn't play him, and then he started playing a little bit more now. But yeah, he's really good.
And the Ren team looks really good, doesn't it? Bourigo, Ludovic Blas, Guire, Terrier, Santa Maria, Truffier, Omari. This is a streets won't forget team almost, isn't it?
It literally is, isn't it? Yeah, some good cards there. Some good SO5 scorers, definitely. Really good.
The fake Salah. So yeah, that's a good one. And we'll look at Marseille. Marseille got a very good victory. Did you see Aubameyang's goal?
I didn't, mate. No, was it good?
Oh, mate. Aye, I'll need to show you it if you've not seen it. Aubameyang scored a belter of a goal. Oh no, wrong button. Against Villarreal.
Okay, yeah.
And it's a topper, mate. You see when I show you this, you're not going to know how he finishes it. Like, you know, when you'll see it and you'll think, oh, I know how this is going to go. Right, 2 seconds. Share this tab. Big screen it. Right, you ready?
Mm-hmm.
I'll mute it just so I don't get in trouble.
Yeah. Dink? Yeah, Dink. Yeah, it's ridiculous. Left foot as well. I would have thought he would have opened his body up and gone with his right foot, but to do that on your left foot, your weak foot, is absolutely ridiculous.
Far corner as well, right over everyone.
Stupid. That's so fucking good.
This team's so much fun, but I mean, Harit's back in town. Kondogbe and Veretout kind of anchor in midfield with Klaus and Quinton Merlin. You know,
good teammate. Yeah, very
Sar.
good team.
Yeah, this is fun. And Merlin against Nantes, he's scoring, isn't he? We've said it already.
Good. That's a really well done, Quinny, for remembering that. Really well done, actually. I might actually put a bet on this weekend. Little Quinton Merlin assist/goal.
Especially if he gets that direct free. He's a set piece guy as well, so he'll know how to beat Lafont. He'll beat Lafont from 12, 18 yards. You know, he's just it.
Who's the guy behind him though? Who's at 40% if there is anyone behind him? Merlin, sorry.
Oh, behind Merlin.
He's only at 60. Garcia.
Unai.
Okay.
Unai Garcia. I think that's all of it for the major ones in football. Again, if there's any requests, guys, feel free to shout them out and we'll try and throw them on screen. But we're trying to catch the main games that we'll be probably all watching and playing cards in throughout the weekend. Harry, do you want to show us we're half an hour to the deadline? I've actually got maybe a wee bit of defensive shuffling around there. Seeing some rares I've got all of a sudden playing. But do you want to show us what teams you're lining up for the weekend? And we'll get some more of the chat in for anything else that's coming up. Krasnodar lineup is out. If you have Krasnodar cards, the lineup is there.
I just saw that. It is out, isn't it? Yeah. I mean, I can't lie. This lineup screen thing's an absolute ball ache, by the way. Have you seen it?
It's a wee bit, isn't it? It's better on the phone. See, on your phone, it's quality.
Is it? Like, what is this? I don't want to see all the teams.
See the My Lineups tab. See, once you've built them, click that.
Okay. That's okay. Okay. Yeah.
Once you've built them, you do that. It's way better on the phone.
That's a bit better. I got 2 Premier League in-season teams, which is quite fun. Got a little Wolves, Crystal Palace, Forest, and Chelsea contingency here, with Enzo being the old card. I was just still annoyed that Huang got injured, so I'm having to play with like my sort of reserve strikers, which is just not ideal. And then this is like the reserve team. I know Diaz is better than Elanga, but tough match. They're both tough matchups, and we don't know what's going to go on with Bart. Van Heck might get benched. Like this is.
I think Forest win this weekend, mate.
Potentially, yeah. That's why I've I've gone. I've hedged it there basically. If Forest do get something, I've got to hope that Elanga's involved, and then that kills that team and whatever. Yeah. So there would have been better. There could have been other things I kind of did with that, but I'm gonna go with what I've got there. Obviously, the Road to Glory, All-Star Rare, a couple of Zenit boys, Pepe tonight, and the Uara boys.
Love that.
Yeah, obviously Schultz on pens still, which is great. This is probably my best team, I would say, fixture wise. As long as Porto get the cleanie tonight, could could be looking pretty good for the Supers, and obviously, yeah, the Acosta that I bought midweek. Hopefully, he played last night. Didn't really do too well, but hopefully he plays again at home to DC. Got a little 220. Camplat's going to get absolutely battered there. That was one of the last lineups I built. 240s, pretty fun. Hoping Connor Roberts gets the nod tonight again after his really good game. Well, again, it's still midweek, but yeah, Tuesday. They play away to Sheffield Wednesday. Santana hasn't been on it yet, and I don't really have that many forwards, so he had to go in there. Forsberg at home for his home debut, which should be pretty fun.
Yeah.
And Ika Alvarez is playing, at home to Elche for VRL 2. 240 is a bit of a throwaway, but might be pretty fun on a given game week. What else we got? Champ Europe's pretty fun, just the standard Las Palmas and Girona stack.
Love it.
All at home. Hopefully they can do the business for me there. And then we've got under 23 rares, pretty fun. Little Riker stack. Tony Fruch's back in town. Jesus away to New York's not ideal, and Ramon Sosa at home for his second game for me in the club. Decent little under 23 rare. Don't mind it. I know I don't know what I'm doing going for Bazunu again, thinking that I should be trusting him, but I don't know what's going on. Just don't ask. I don't need the questions because I know what's going to happen. I've prepared myself, but Ramos Mingo with a little goal last night. Obviously, Timber hopefully could be back. He hasn't been great recently. And then the Real Madrid boys. What else have we got? And then we're getting into super rares, so 240. I'm aiming for the bottom threshold, to be fair here. Not really too confident in what I've got going on. Goalie's got a decent fixture tonight, so if he gets the clean sheet, then things are looking up. But I don't back this team to score 400 points, if I'm being honest. I say that now and they will, but I just don't think they do. So I'm just going to play it safe with that. I am going for the middle threshold at rare level. Little 270s, pretty fun. Lezchuk at home for Dynamo. Stravetsa maybe, big game for them. Como versus Cremonese, and then it's just if the other super rares can kind of turn up, and then under 23 super rare to finish us off. Good outfield lineups or fixtures, sorry, but like Leyson's playing away to Club Brugge, which is obviously probably a car crash waiting to happen unless he just pulls off another 95, which he has done, but I just don't see it happening this weekend. So and then Santi might not. I say might not play, but he had a bit of a Barney, like I told you, Quinny, with the manager, and Sharon didn't start last game. So there's a few doubts in here. So that's why I've kind of tried to couple them together and move them away from anything too important. And then a little 220 piece, hoping Balikwisha. I don't know if Balikwisha plays, but regardless, he's gonna get the armband. And Brady's away to Columbus Crew, so all the best to him. But I'm pretty happy with what I got going on. Probably 5 or 6 teams that I'm like really happy with. I am really happy with them.
I really like the Premier League kind of tangent you've got with the Langa and the Brighton game. You're kind of trying to cover both of that. I do think Dawson's quite brave in defence in that game. If I don't know,
he plays against Fulham. I mean,
Fulham,
and then I've got Harry Wilson in the other side of it, if that makes sense. So like Wilson's playing against Sarabia and Dawson. And then Alanga's playing against the Brighton boys. I could technically play my other Sam Johnson instead of Bart, but when I did that the last time, it kind of fucked me. So, like, even though Sam Johnson got the clean sheet, Bart just scored better, and like, it was one of them where I picked Steele and it was Bart. So, it's a weird one. But after Steele playing the last 2, he's played the cup game. He played on the weekend. Sorry, he's played the last 3 games in all comps. Maybe he does play again, and obviously I'll be kicking myself because I obviously have a steal. But I'm going with Bart, and then I've got a funny feeling maybe Van Heck or something gets rotated because of last night. They were diabolical. So you just don't know with Brighton, do we? That's why I've kind of thrown them in there and I'm kind of just seeing what happens with them.
Dawson might not play as a shout.
Just what I need.
So we had 2 requests. We had a few requests. One was Napoli Torino, so I put that on screen, but the other one was Wolves, so we'll go and peek that. But this is the Napoli team on screen if anyone's after it. Osimhen is back. I don't know if that's news. It feels like news. Zielinski's in the team. First time we've seen him in a while. L1541. And here is the Torino team, in case any of these are after them. But we'll go and open up Wolves because they are playing Fulham. And I think this is one of the more exciting Saturday games, certainly. But Santi Bueno's in over Dawson, Harry boy. 55-45 for Santi Bueno.
I mean, I can play. I've got an alternative, but it's not fucking. I just bought Dawson today as well, so that's pissed me off.
Should have bought Santi Bueno, way cheaper. Sorry.
It's okay. Now I have to play fucking Joel Ward.
Oh, mate, that's fine. No, mate, that's fine.
No, he's shit. He's rubbish.
He's not.
Look at him.
He's not. Look at that Burnley game. No, but mate, that's so. See all those ones. He's playing back 4. See now he's playing back 3, and he's like stepping into midfield and stuff. You might be all right against Luton.
Maybe. All right,
that's not bad.
It's not bad. It's not great, but
clean sheet can get you 60. Yeah, I believe in him.
It can. Yeah, I do have Veltman as well, to be fair, but he's also a bit of a risk.
Here's the Fulham team if anyone wants it as well. Sorry. And then what was the other request we had? Somebody was saying Kikir is injured. Kikir, I think, is a Trabzonspor keeper that was linked very loosely with Celtic, so that's why I'm kind of familiar with him. But he has got a hip injury. He's out. And the other request we had, Benfica, we've already done. Will we put Benfica back on screen again for a quick second? I suppose we can. And then we've got Paderborn and 1 or 2 other ones there. So we'll get the requests tied up as well. And then if Harry's got his done, I'll show you what I've got cooking this weekend, and you can wish me a bit of luck as well as we get the last bit of news in 20 minutes before the deadline. There's over 170 scouts and managers here, and guys, we are this close to 100 likes on YouTube. Let YouTube know you're having a good time. If you don't know this already, Sorare actually own and control the internet. They come to the show and they know who likes it, who supports the cause and who doesn't. And if they see you were here and you didn't like it, when it comes to opening up rewards, you're going to get a DNP guy. He's going to be injured. He's not going to be any good. And, you know, when it comes to submitting lineups, you will get that random red card that will come your way. So help yourself, help the channel. Here's the Benfica team on screen now. Be sure to hit the like button, guys. Get us to 100. Come on. It starts off a great weekend for everyone. And yeah, so we had Besiktas. That was another one of the requests. We can fire them on screen. The big Turkish team we didn't feature already. We'll have a wee peek at Trabzonspor. Is Kikir updated here? No, he's not. He's still 90% on. It's not been updated since Wednesday. And where is Besiktas? So they're away to Gaziantep. That could be good for them. Dragas up front. And Kulu centre back. Jilla Badoji at the back. Max Gradel left mid. That's fun. And here's the Besiktas team. Sorry, Harry, on you go.
No, you're fine.
Joe Worrell.
Joe Worrell, wow. That's mad.
Yeah. Turkey. Is Dele Alli still in this team?
Dele
and then Paderborn was the other one we had. So let's go get Paderborn. Bundy 2. Paderborn. Oh, away to Schalke. Here's the Schalke team if anyone's interested. Brandon Soppy. By the way, he had a bit of a reputation at one point. Could have been a player. I suppose they're a big team. Fair play to them. Fair play to him. And then here's the Paderborn team. I'm trying to imagine who you've got in this team.
Yeah.
Cleefish and Musulio. Cleefish. What a name that is. That's a name that, like, Andy Black and Jimmer should be involved in, isn't it? Cleefish. I don't know. Sounds like it should be an innuendo or something. Luton goal after 5 minutes incoming. Come on.
100%. 100% happening.
Joe Ward. Ooh.
It's horrible, isn't it?
It's a different system, mate. Honestly, like, if you know, it's Glasner. It's a back three. And see if you see when I was watching Palace Tottenham, the back three gets so high. If you watch the highlights back, you'll see. I think it's Son. Son gets a great chance in the first half. I'm sure it's the first half, and it's Wharton, the centre mid, who's like the sweeper. He's the last man when Tottenham break. The defence get right high as a back two, and then Ward is like kind of just getting in front of them. If you get me,
yeah.
So
yeah.
You know, I hope I'm Luton. Like something cool could happen.
Maybe.
I'm not saying it will. It could.
No, I'm not saying it will either.
It's not historical Joe Ward playing right back or left back every week for Roy Hodgson.
Right.
You know.
Yeah.
I'll tell you something. I maybe told you this, Harry. Or maybe I've said this one before, but when I was doing my UEFA B license, I was one of the guys that was in my little group was a Turkish guy, and he worked for Palace. He was working with Palace at the time on like he did like player ID and like transfer kind of suggestion kind of based stuff and whatever. And he was telling me at the time, like Joe Ward, this was like 20, maybe 17 or 16. But he was telling me Joe Ward is like one of the best defenders of the team. If you know what I mean, like he plays all the positions. He's like his success rate, doesn't make mistakes, and you know, blah blah blah, the rest of it. So that's always stuck with me that Benny liked him, you know, and you know, but you know, so you know, I mean, sometimes somebody says something to you about a player, and you're okay. Well, if that guy thinks that, then you know, fair play. I'll watch out for him.
Yeah, he's always been solid, hasn't he? But I don't think the Sorare Matrix likes him very much.
And if back four with Roy Hodgson, I would agree with you.
Right, yeah.
He's a good footballer, is my point. And if he's been asked by Glasner to do that kind of job, he obviously thinks he's a good player too.
Well, yeah, but also Mark Gay, he's out injured, so he probably doesn't play after that.
I think it might be the other position guy you would take. Who's the back three again? Richards? No, probably not. That probably is Richards, Anderson, and Gay. I think you're right there. Fair play. Yeah, you're probably right.
But for now, yeah, he probably does a job for him. He probably does a job.
We're asking for news on Kubo. I didn't think we needed news on Kubo, to be quite frank.
Yeah, someone said he weren't starting earlier. I thought when we went on...
Lee Sharper thinks he doesn't start.
Oh, okay.
I think he does. We've got Becker on here. Last updated. Maybe there's press conference stuff I've missed. Let's have a peek at Sociedad. They're quite good for reporting. So I'll need to do something about that if I've not got Kubo. I don't think we've got... Oh, no, we do. We do have quotes from the manager. History in Europe and all that caper. When did all this come out? 2 hours ago. It's been changed on this 50-50 now with Kubo and Becker. Hamstring discomfort. I'm going to say Becker probably does start that. That's going to screw me a little bit. Okay, I'll show you what I've built, guys. We can get the requests in and stuff like that and try our best. But for rares, so this new kind of display, I think, helps get you into that new vision that we're going to need in the new mode a little bit better in terms of how the scarcities are separated from one another, you know. So for rares, I've got an all-star team that is kind of cool. Maybe it does okay. I'm not holding my breath on it, but everyone's got the potential to get some high AA, and if enough decisives falling, maybe it does something. 220, we've made the last-minute switch to get Chino in, right? 220, which will be great. But Isaka has got a double game week, and one of the big problems with Isaka and some other players that you find in Asia is they're one game in or one game out, maybe in reality, or even sometimes just in the scores where they have a good game and then a bad game. They're not consistently playing good every game. So when I seen Isaka had a double game week, I thought, surely I can get a 65, 75 out of Isaka now. And I've plugged him in alongside my Chinese-based striker, Thiago Andrade, and Guedes, who I might actually need to drop, because I don't think he's going to start anymore. So I might actually drop him real sharp, because I don't want to... I've got guys that will start, I think, so I can maybe have a wee shuffle about. We can start Andrade, and then I've got 41 points remaining. Affordable only using in our team. And then let's see, who do I have knocking around? I could play James Sands. Ladero, do we think Ladero starts at home in Minnesota? That could be good.
Yeah, I think so.
Would you think about Cardiff at home at Ipswich for Turnbull?
My mate went to watch on Tuesday, said he was pony. I mean,
he was pony. Yeah, I can imagine.
You just don't do anything but they won the game 1-0. But they played Huddersfield, so it's not much to read into. Yeah, if he's your last resort, then yeah. But if you can avoid him, do it basically.
Let's check Orlando. Is Ladero going to start? Because Ladero's a great 220 pick, I think, potentially. Let's see. Yeah, no Ladero from the start. Not surprising, but had to check. So Sands or Guedes from the bench? Do I even just leave it and just have Guedes from the bench? I don't think I've really got any other options here other than Sands or Becker. But I need to drop tax. Yeah, so actually probably I'm better going backwards a second here because I do know that Take is now probably not going to start. We had some concerns over Santirod anyway, didn't we?
Yeah.
So does this team get scrapped altogether, or let's check the New York team because I've not actually looked at that. What is projected New York there? Wolf, Santirod is still on, so I think I'm quite happy with that. Ilinich is still on, but it's Wolf, Baccarat, and Julian. No Magno still. So yeah, so it's Take. Can we get another? Oh, we could play Andrade in here as under 23 forward. So we could do that. 13%. Just need a decisive. Do you know what? Screw it. We might just do that. Makes that all nice and clean. I can't believe he's under 23 still. And I'll captain Works because he's at home, and you were telling me last night I was stupid for not doing that anyway. So slide that in. That's cool. 220 we can revisit again. Champ America, but I was telling you, Harry, this is a tweet, isn't it? Name the region this team belongs to. We've got Sean John, we've got Mickey Yaman, we've got Gold, captain, Jacko, and Forsberg, like you mentioned, home debut in MLS. So hoping for a wee bit of Champ America magic with ye old rares. And my DNP keeper is still DNP'd, but I know he's going to start. I've got Captain Robbo in this team in defence. I think against City he'll be on some set pieces. As long as he don't concede 3, maybe he jams himself into decisive as well. Could be good. Mikey Johnson playing Huddersfield. Johnny Russell away to LA. And Danny Parejo away to Betis. This is the 240 team. We've went mid-target. So I think if we get 2 decisives, the captain works, we could probably get in amongst it. Champion Euro, Harry. I'm not too sure how it will do, but everyone's going to start. All Blacks away to Cadiz. Gab Mag is at home to Brentford. And then I've got Connie Limer in midfield. And then I've got double striker, which I heard Julian Laird saying is a fool's errand. But when you've got double strikers of Depay and Fekir, who can both smash out an 80, then I think we can roll with it. So I don't know. It could do absolutely crap, this team, or it could be okay, I think.
No, I think it has legs, definitely, with the fixtures.
Yeah, all pretty good games, I suppose. Fekir at home's good. And all the rest of it. So yeah, we're fine into rare with that. We'll see how it shakes out. And that's all I've got. I've got 6 rare teams. So yeah, we've got 1 more spot to fill, or maybe 2 if we don't think Guedes is going to start. So I've still got Becker, actually. So I know he's cheap. So that's fine. Affordable only using our lineup. We can put Becker into this team. Yeah, that's probably fine because he's nice and cheap. We know he's going to, or we suspect he's going to start over Take. He's 31. There we go. So we can put Becker in there. That leaves us with 43. Matoma is out for the season, I believe, isn't he? So yeah, it's Guedes from the bench or Sands. It's still the choice, really. Doesn't really open us up any options. Anyone else? Angelino away to Fiorentina. We've got a Hebert who's also playing in China. Do we just play the China guy again? He's playing a good team. I think he's rubbish. But, final spot for a crappy 220. Turnbull, probably not. I think I maybe do just take Guedes from the bench, but I don't like that. I don't think that's good. I think that makes my team kind of naff. James Sands isn't even on to play for NYC either anyway, so he's not even really an option. So yeah, 220 is a wee bit of a stalemate, a deadlock of some description. Zakarian's not in the team. Yeah, this is annoying. Can't quite figure out who man number 5 is. I think I might just go Hebert, but I don't want to. I know he's going to play. Screw it. Let's just go Hebert. If you're never going to play him in 220, then when are you going to play him? Right, sorted. That's what we'll do. Fix the training lineups in a minute. And then these are the super rares. Now, Harry, I was telling you last night, I'm pretty excited for my super rare teams. I've got 4 of them out, including 220. I've got Vasilj, goalkeeper in this team up with Espinoza. He's at home in Colombia. So hopefully we get a good score out of him. In midfield, I'm going with Oriol Romeo to start for Barca, along with Mark Roca in midfield with Oyarzabal, captain forward in this team. In 240, we're going mid-target, and it's a mainly Sociedad lineup. We've got Yave Galan, Brais Mendes, and defensive midfields. But new FC Barcelona signing, Yusuf En-Nesyri, comes into this team to spearhead the attack alongside captain, greater than Kimmich, Leon Goretzka. And then we've got max level, Sorare, away to Valencia. So Valencia are good this year. They're pretty decent. But again, I don't think any of my keepers are on for a clean sheet. It's just about how many saves they can make, and hopefully they don't concede too many goals. So Sorare is the first one up there. And away to Valencia, I'm not scared about them conceding 3. Maybe, but for Mandanda, away to Lille, it's maybe a bit more of a possibility. The French league, how good Lille are or whatever. But in front of him, we've got David Lopez in defence, double midfield of Marcus Llorente and John McGinn-Iniesta is the captain. And then we've got Turbo Timo Werner in attack. Werner versus McGinn is the fixture this week, but independently, I think both of them can break 75, so it's not going to deter me really from playing them. But yeah, those top 3 teams there, I'm quite hopeful they can get the job done. And it's nice to build teams of this kind of strength at this level. Romeo is still maybe a little bit of a question mark, and I might just have a wee sconce over all the sources again one last time. But yeah, I think I'm quite happy with Romeo coming in to start this game. L15 of 27. He's probably not going to score much more than 48, but maybe he does. He's had one good game for Barca, and it was at home to a bottom-end dish team, so it could happen. And then the final team I've got is the Girona stack in Champion Euro. Ivan Martin Unique is going to be playing. Looks like he's on to go. Captain Aliesh, Jan Kuto, and Viktor Sakanikov. But like I mentioned before, I think Bologna against Inter is a good game for my goalkeeper. And I think that he could get a peak-ass score. And if Girona win, I've probably got the scores in outfield. So I think like fortune favours the bold with the goalkeeper. I'm not going with Soria. I'm not going with Mandanda. I'm taking on the guy that's playing Inter. The guy that none of them are going to keep a clean sheet, but the guy that might make the most saves is kind of the plan there with that. So yeah, that's my main lineups. I think I've only got about 9 this week without Celtic, but I think for all 4 of those super rare teams and those rare teams, I'm quite excited for them all to run. I don't think any of them are. I'm a wee bit more dubious about the under 23 now that I've got Andrade up front, and the 220 with Heber is a wee bit more dubious as well, I suppose. But yeah, 240. Champ Euro, Champ America looked like good fun. And it's just about fixing out the lineups, the training lineups before the game week gets going, Harry boy. But I'm feeling good. Anyone in the chat, let us know if we've saved you from a DNP. Let us know what teams you're picking this week or what divisions you're targeting. Have you changed your strategy over the last couple of weeks? Will Take Kubo actually play? Have we just nerfed him there for absolutely no reason? But I think the latest intel we've got has probably saved us. But let us know what your thoughts are. And Harry boy, we are 6 minutes to the deadline. Can you believe it? The show is absolutely flown away today, hasn't it? You're on mute, Harry.
I've completely just ripped apart my my Prem lineups.
Do tell. Deadline drama at Harry's house.
I've just picked. I'm breaking up the stacks and just going that basically. Just one good player of each team. You know, from what I had earlier, and then the second team, I'm going to go with my other Sam Johnson,
Nice.
Sam Johnstone, sorry, and then yeah, drop in Bart, keeping Joe Ward in there though. The only thing I've got going is like Van Hex playing against Elanga. Basically, that's the only thing to worry about on paper. So yeah, who knows? See what happens. Ward's still in there, lads. Ward survives.
I would take Tarkowski away to Man United over Tiati away to Lille. No problem at all. Just to catch that comment there. And then we've got another one from the chat here. Would you prioritise America Rare or Rare Pro, Harry? I think it does depend on supers.
Yeah.
But if you get a general answer?
No, tell me who the supers are and I can tell you, but I need to, yeah, that's all the information I need. Up the Wardy.
Wardinho. That's going to be... That's going to be his nickname going forward. He's for sure.
He's noggin on something.
He definitely is, isn't he?
He's just like this.
All right, he may be on the back post, mate. Maybe on the back post.
Big boy, yeah, he could be there.
Tony, good to see you.
Right, if Elanga gets it decisive. Yeah, Van Hex scores quite not dependent on Elanga, basically. Yeah, you're right. So I'm quite happy with that. Yeah, but
I like how you split them up, buddy. I like you've done it.
The only reason like I'm scarred from it, Quinny, was that first game week I played it, I went with Steele instead of Verbruggen, I think it was. No, I don't know what I did. But basically, if I would have played Verbruggen with the double Brighton defensive stack who both scored 100, it would have just been curtains. Like I would have finished like top 10 easily. It was like a stupid score. So I am a little bit scarred from that, to be honest. But okay, we've done it now. There's no turning back.
Just before I say, why did you pick Dunk as captain? We've got a question here for who would you captain, Kane or Musiala?
Musiala, I think.
I think Musiala too.
Why did I captain Dunk?
Over Sarabia would be my question.
Yeah, I don't know. I worry a little bit about Sarabia's AA a little bit. He's very decisive, capable, but it's just what happens after that. Can he get me to 80? Is my worry. Where like Dunk's quite capable of just doing 40 AA. Is my rationale for that, especially at home, as long as things kind of go that way.
So supers for America Rare Pro would be Lloris in goal and Darwin Quintero in attack, or do you go America Rare?
Yeah, they're not bad. Who the LAFC play? I don't even know, mate. I know it's only 2 minutes.
They're at home to Kansas.
Yeah, do that. Yeah, I would. Yeah, Darwin Quintero's on fire right now. Yeah. Yeah, that was brutal. Sorry, Rizman.
Yeah, definitely need to start a support group, I think, for the goalkeepers, the people that have been killed by goalkeepers in their game week. But yeah, guys, I think we're all pretty much locked and loaded. We are 2 minutes away to the deadline. Let us know what your big teams are for the week. And yeah, feel free to get the captain picks in. Xavi, Simons or Rice. I cannot look beyond Rice for now, but Simons is probably more 100 capable, but Rice is definitely bringing the fire.
Yeah, they're both going to. I would stick my neck out, though, and save Simons. I got to be honest.
You can get the 100.
Yeah, I would. I'd say Simons. We'll see what happens. I've got lots of teams running. Well, lots of players playing tonight, so it could be a disastrous game week from a Friday night perspective for me. So wish me luck, lads, and I wish you all the best as well.
I would say McGinn, but I'm biased, and Louise has had the form recently.
Johnny, you can't ask Quinny that. You can't ask Quinny that.
No, but I would mainly say it because like McGinn didn't start Europa League, and you'll have a wee bit more fuel in the tank. Louise played 90 minutes last night, so that's what I would say it for. But they're both kind of the same player, SO5 wise, but it's just who the game favours. I can see McGinn been right up for it. And amongst Sarr and Madison and that.
Yeah, Louise all day. Sorry, lads.
DL.
He's got sets. You can't.
Not long. McGinn takes some sets.
Yeah, a couple when his bum fancies it.
McGinn takes corners, mate. Left-sided corners. McGinn's on them.
Yeah, but Louise has free kicks as well, I think. And pens.
Fair.
But yeah.
Charlie Dunbar, double captain and goalkeepers.
I don't know what, Charles, what's going through your head? Nobody should ever captain a keeper. I'm sorry. Don't do it to yourself. The upside is just not there.
Locked. That's us. We are
too
in
late.
the game week.
Charlie's made the mistake. It's done.
That's it. Locked and loaded, everyone. Guys, it's been a great show. Thanks to everyone that caught us live. We managed to catch a few nice little bits of detail there. Hopefully we helped you with some of your decision-making processes as well. Earlier today, I did drop a video doing score predictions for the Premier League if you want to have a wee bit of fun listening to that. And later today, I've got a little breakdown of what I think will happen, Aston Villa versus Tottenham, because we've been covering both of those teams on the channel quite, I don't want to say intensely, but, we've featured them quite a few times. So if any of you are here for that stuff, there'll be plenty of that later today. And I've got a Sorare top 3 things to note about challengers or whatever I called it. That'll probably be out on Sunday. So make sure to subscribe and like and all that good stuff for more. I've had a great time. Good luck to everyone this game week. Harry, it's been an absolute pleasure, mate. Good luck to you as well.
Yeah, all the best, mate. And all the best to everyone at home.
And we'll see you next week.